sweet friends, welcome back. My name is Adele if you are new, and today I'm going to be doing a writing Q&A. So I asked you guys for some questions pertaining to writing, reading, books, AuthorTube, stuff like that, and I got a lot more questions than I was planning, which is awesome. I'm going to try to get to every question. I cannot guarantee that because I don't want this video to go on for super crazy long. I'm going to be answering questions from Instagram and from YouTube, and I'm excited. You guys asked some really great questions and things that I don't normally think about, so thank you, and yeah, let's get started. What are your top 3 favorite genres to read, and then in parentheses, or write? I really enjoy speculative fiction, and I know that's kind of broad, but you know, it kind of takes like fantasy, sci-fi, stuff like that. So I'm gonna say speculative fiction, contemporary, and I do like self-help books a lot, or like personal development sort of books, so I guess that one. What are your favorite books and favorite dystopias? So, okay, first, the dystopia part. I don't think I've read many dystopias. I guess Hunger Games is obviously very good. I haven't read those in a while though. And also the Divergent series. I really enjoyed those when I was in high school, so I'll probably say that. I haven't really read many dystopias lately, so probably those two. And then favorite books, and I'm pretty sure I was asked this question a few more times, so this will be the general, some of my favorite books, and they are Room by Emma Donoghue, 11/22/63 by Stephen King, Oryx and Crake and The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and Survivor by Chuck Palahniuk. And also recently I finished the Golden Compass series by Philip Pullman, and they were absolutely amazing. I know I've raved about it many times on this channel already in the past few months, so definitely that series. AuthorTubers you follow / like watching. Number 1 favorite AuthorTuber is Kate Kavanaugh. I have been watching her for a very long time. I love her, she's very great, and she lives in Texas, and I live in Texas, so yeah, I really like watching her. She's actually mainly the only AuthorTuber like I regularly, consistently watch, so yeah. Your favorite snacks for writing or writing breaks? I love snacks, and I snack all the time. I'm pretty open when it comes to snacks. I will say the number 1 snack I usually have is either like Cheez-Its or Goldfish if I want like salty snacks, but I also really like applesauce and mangoes. How long are your writing sessions and breaks usually? Honestly, I don't know. It's so varied. If I am planning a sort of writing session, I usually do like 30-minute, not sprints, because I'm not like trying to do it fast and get words in. It's mainly just like I'll write for 30 minutes and then take maybe like a 5 to 10 minute break and then do another 30 minutes. That's like if I'm like planning it out and I'm like I want to have a writing session. Other than that, if I'm just like I want to get some writing done right now, I just kind of sit down and write for however long. Character names you've come up with that you'd like to incorporate in stories. Honestly, I don't really have a list of character names that I would like to use. I usually kind of come up with them spontaneously whenever I'm like in the moment writing a character or planning a character, and then I'll try to look up names. I don't really have a running list. I do have a running list of baby names that I like, but that is different from names I like character-wise, because I don't want to like name my future children after characters in a book, you know what I mean? So when it gets to that point and I have kids, not anytime soon, I might take from that list maybe, but I usually come up with them on the spot. How do you prevent your wrists from getting sore from writing / typing a lot? Breaks, I guess. I feel like my wrists don't really get sore that often. I do remember that they were a little bit sore during NaNoWriMo 2018, but I think that's just because I was like writing a lot more, but I feel like I usually don't have that problem. A character you've written who you feel inspired by. This one's kind of hard. I haven't really thought of one. I haven't been able to think of like a character of my own that inspires me, but probably the closest is a character from my current book, Project Orion, and her name is Suri, and she is an 11-year-old girl, and she is just an angel. She is such a soft girl. She's just very like wise beyond her years, and she's just very like calm and like gentle, and she has such a nice spirit. And so every time I write her, I just feel so like calm and like I want to do good things. What has been the hardest plus easiest thing to write in your current work? That is a good question. I would say the easiest thing has been some of the characters. I really enjoy these characters, especially I want to say Luca is probably the easiest character to write because she is just so fun and I just really enjoy her and her personality, and so she's pretty easy to write. Hardest is probably pacing, especially when it comes to the relationships of the characters, because I always get to the point where I'm like, I just get together, I just want you to, you know, and I do it too fast usually, and then I'm like, I need to slow down, I need to like make this a little more slow burn. And then not even romantically, but just in my book there's like, it's at the beginning it's like two rival groups of pirates who come together and have to work together, and so just like making those relationships work and like the pacing of it, I always just make them too good of friends way too quickly and I need to slow down. Do you think you've found your true writing voice yet? No, not even close. I have actually been thinking about that a lot lately because I'm currently reading Stephen King's On Writing book, and he kind of talks about that a little bit, and he also has such a distinct writing voice, and I feel like I do not have it, but I am constantly kind of like inspired and influenced by the things that I'm reading, so it's always changing, and I feel like I'm just so young in my like writing career, not even career, but just like there are writers out there who've been writing for like 40, 50, 60 years, and I'm like, I'm 20 years old. So I would say no, I have not found that yet, but one day I will. What is the best book you've read this year? The Golden Compass series by Philip Pullman is my definite answer. Amazing, amazing trilogy. It is so good. I 100% recommend it. What's your favorite genre to read? I did kind of already answer this. Speculative fiction and like contemporary. Is it hard for you to come up with writing ideas that are not super similar to what you read? Yeah, I guess so. I have kind of encountered that lately. Here I go again talking about it, because I read the Golden Compass books, which are just genius, and so I read that and obviously was kind of influenced that. I'm like, I want to do that, I want to write this well, and I tried to like come up with ideas, but they were becoming too similar to that because I had that book in my mind, and I was like, I'm just rewriting the book. So I would say so. In general though, I don't think I really have that problem. I feel like I can usually come up with pretty unique or like original ideas, and obviously because there are so many books out there and everything has basically been done before, a lot of things may be similar, but I think it's just up to you to like try to make it as unique and original and new as possible. What made you interested in wanting to make videos for AuthorTube? So I was actually on YouTube before AuthorTube, like way before I started making AuthorTube videos. I have been making videos for about 2 years now. Obviously at the beginning they were not very good. I was not consistently uploading, and they weren't very good. But I've been on YouTube, and so I had always kind of watched some writing videos. I didn't know that there was like an AuthorTube community on YouTube. I didn't know that that was such a huge thing, and I always was looking for writing vlogs, but I feel like it wasn't something that were consistently made. I feel like I always saw the same ones, and I'm like, where are the new writing vlogs? And so one day, it's been almost a year actually, one day I just was like, I'm gonna do a vlog of me writing, and I did it, and it blew up, and it's actually the one video I have that has over 10,000 views. And ever since then I started like regularly watching AuthorTube and like discovering way more in this community, and I was like, because I've always been a writer as well, and so I've been a writer for way longer than I've been a YouTuber, and so I was like, I have to do this, so that is how I'm here now. When did you start taking writing seriously? So I've always been a writer. I've been writing ever since I was a child, but I think like the moment I started really taking it seriously was when I decided to do my first NaNoWriMo, which was this past one in 2018, and I won, and I was like, I can do this. Like, this is something I can actually do. And so I think that's the moment I started to really take this seriously. Noises that bug you during writing. Definitely music with words in them, like songs with words. I don't know how people can write or study or do anything with them. I can't concentrate at all. Even music in general is kind of like on the edge of it. I could listen to like soundtracks or like video game music, but like even still I would prefer silence over that. And also like just talking in general. I can't like, I mean, I could probably like write a few sentences, but like my concentration or like my focus wouldn't be fully on my writing. I would be like in and out. And so just anything like talking wise, I can't stand it. Books a lot of people love, but you don't, or the other way around. Honestly, the only one I can think of right now is the Harry Potter series, because I haven't read them. I don't know, I'm not gonna get into that. I have never read the books, so I don't know, but I do feel like, even though I haven't read them, I feel like they're a little overhyped. I'd love to maybe go back and read them one day, but I don't know. I feel like it's everywhere, and I feel like at this point, especially with the controversy surrounding J.K. Rowling, I feel like the series in general has kind of gone on too long. Like, you know, I don't know. I haven't read them, but I'm gonna say that. This is a good question though, and I might make a whole video about this, like books I love that other people don't, or like books that everyone else loves but I hate. I don't know. I can't think of anything right now, but I might make a whole video about it. Any advice for coming up with names for a fantasy story? I have none. If you have any, let me know, because I still haven't named any of my books because I cannot come up with titles of anything to save my life. Do you ever hear a song and get inspired for a scene, like you see it play out in your head? All the time. I actually have a playlist on my Spotify called Songs I Want to Put in a Movie. A big thing for me is that when I write, or like when I get an idea or like imagine a scene in my head of a book, it always plays out as if it was a movie, but I always imagine it like a movie scene in my head, so yes, I definitely feel that. What are some ways that you plan your novel? I have made a few videos about this, especially like I have developing my 7-step process to developing a story idea is probably like the closest to explain that. I just feel like it's such a wide sort of topic, and I could sit here and kind of explain everything, but like I have made a few videos about it, so go check those out if you want. What are your favorite and least favorite parts of being a writer? Favorite is definitely just writing. I enjoy it. That's why I am doing this. I'm very passionate about it. I love creating new worlds and characters and settings and stuff like that. Least favorite? I guess how isolating it is. It can be a lonely job, and sometimes, at least for me, it's not great for me to just be stuck with myself for a while. Can we get a plot summary about your writing? I'm assuming they mean like the Project Orion. I have made a video called All About My Novel where I talk all about Project Orion, even though it is a little bit outdated because that was for draft 1 and I'm currently working on draft 2, and so I have changed a lot of things and there's a lot of plot points that are very different. But for the most part, it is somewhat accurate. I am planning on making an updated video about my novel when I'm a little bit farther along and I have a better, like, solid idea of what's happening. How do you get over anxiety when you're about to start a novel? I've been trying, but I can't. I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever experienced anxiety about starting a novel. I'm always, like, really excited to, like, start a novel. I do have anxiety in general in my life, but not usually about starting a book. I would probably say just remind yourself about like why you're doing this and like why you enjoy writing and why you want to be a writer and why you want to write this specific story. What is your biggest writing motivation tip? Honestly, probably scheduling time to write and making it a habit. That's something I still struggle with, and I should take my own advice. It can be hard, but like when I have done it, I have noticed it, and just like actually setting aside time to write and like scheduling your writing and like making it into a habit is so helpful, and it really like helps you actually start to develop the habit of writing every day and like getting that word count in, and which was why NaNoWriMo was so like effective, at least for me. I think I just thrived really well on that. I do like the idea of like scheduling writing and like making time for it, because if it's that important to you, you should be scheduling time for that. Who is most like you in your book? Probably Maxis. He is a sweetheart. Not that I'm a sweetheart. maybe I am. I think I am. I think I'm a sweetheart. But he's just like, I don't know. I remember in my video that I made all about my novel, I read my character bios for my characters, and Maxis, there's a phrase that everyone started commenting and thought it was so funny, is that he's an insecure dreamer, and everyone was like, mood, and I was like, same. So probably Maxis. Okay, so those were a lot of questions from Instagram, and I still don't even think I got through them all, but I feel like this video is going on. We're already at 26 minutes, and I feel like I've been talking for forever, and I don't want to like bore you. So I think what I'm going to do, because I still have all the questions on YouTube as well, so I think what I'm going to do is make a part 2 to this video, make a like writing Q&A part 2. Comment down below if that's something you would like. I would hope so, since a lot of you have asked these questions, and I do want to get to all of them, but I don't want this video to be like an hour long. So for the time being, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and got to know like a little bit more about me and like my writing and books and stuff like that. So thank you all again so much for watching and for asking these questions. I got an overwhelming response, way more than my last Q&A that I did. I did a personal Q&A a few months ago. I don't know if it's just because it was about me, nobody wanted to ask me questions, but yeah, thank you all so much for sending in your questions. I believe that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're all having a great day wherever you are and whatever you're going through, and I love you all very, very much, and I'll see you guys in my next video.